I wasn't supposed to be home that night. The universe, it seems, loves cruel timing. The last-minute conference cancellation felt like a blessing. 3 extra days to rest, surprise Emma, and maybe, just maybe, find the laughter we'd been missing for months. I remember smiling as I drove through the rain, humming along to an old Springsteen song, thinking how she'd light up when she saw me standing at the door with flowers in my hand. But when I pulled into the driveway and saw his car parked outside, an unfamiliar silver Audi gleaming under the porch light, my hands froze on the steering wheel. Emma hated guests after dark. She hated surprises. And yet someone else was there. For a long moment I just sat there, heart pounding, rain drumming against the windshield like it was trying to warn me. Then I saw the shadows move behind the curtains. 2 figures, one taller than the other. The sound of faint laughter, hers, drifted out when the wind caught the open window. Something in me broke right there. I don't remember getting out of the car. I don't remember dropping the flowers on the wet concrete. All I remember is walking to the door, my fingers trembling as I turned the handle. It wasn't locked. The smell of red wine filled the living room, mixed with that soft vanilla candle she always lit when she wanted to set the mood. The lights were low, the record player humming an old jazz tune. And then her voice. "Ethan, you really shouldn't have come. My husband might." She stopped mid-sentence when she saw me. The man beside her, tall, dark-haired, wearing a blue dress shirt, froze, the glass of wine halfway to his lips. "Michael," she breathed, her voice cracking. "Name. My world." Spoken like an apology. I didn't yell. I didn't move. I just stared. Her hair was down, the way I always said I liked it. Her makeup subtle. Her dress the soft green one she'd worn on our last anniversary. The one she said made her feel like herself again. Only this time she wasn't wearing it for me. The silence was unbearable. The clock on the wall ticked, each second slicing through the air like a knife. "Who is he?" finally asked. My voice didn't sound like mine. It was quiet, distant, almost calm. The man set down his glass, trying to look composed. "I think I should go." "No," I said, stepping forward. "You stay. I think you both owe me the truth." Emma's lips trembled. "Michael, please, this isn't what it looks like." I almost laughed. "Isn't what it looks like." The line was so absurd it hurt. "Then what is it, Emma?" "Because from where I'm standing, it looks exactly like betrayal." He left eventually, after muttering something about how he didn't want to make things worse. The door closed behind him, leaving only the echo of his footsteps fading into the night. Emma stood there, arms crossed, eyes red but defiant. "Michael, please let me explain," she whispered. I wanted to scream, to demand how long, how many times, why him. But all that came out was a whisper. "Explain. Go ahead." She sank onto the couch, her hands twisting the hem of her dress. "It just happened. I didn't plan it. You were always gone, late meetings, business trips, and I was so lonely. Ethan was someone I met through work, and at first we just talked. I didn't mean for it to go this far." Lonely. That word hit me like a punch. "I worked for us, Emma," I said, my voice breaking. "Every trip, every long night. It was for this house, for our future. For you." "I know," she whispered, tears spilling now. "And I'm not excusing it. I just, somewhere along the line, I stopped feeling like you saw me." Those words. They were sharp because they were half true. I had been distant. I thought love was providing, not connecting. I thought being the man who never failed her financially meant I was enough. But that didn't make her choice any less cruel. She followed me as I moved toward the door. "Michael, please. I ended it tonight. That's what he came here for." I told him it had to stop. I turned, disbelief twisting inside me. "So that's supposed to make it better? You ended it tonight. What, 5 minutes before I walked in? Congratulations." Her sobs filled the room. "I made a mistake. One I'll regret forever. But I swear it's over." For a long time neither of us spoke. The rain outside softened, leaving only the sound of the clock and our uneven breathing. I stared at her, This woman I'd shared my life with for 10 years, and realized I didn't even recognize her anymore. "Do you love him?" I asked. She looked down, silent. That silence was my answer. That night I packed a bag. She didn't stop me, not really. She just stood in the doorway, shaking, whispering my name over and over, like saying it might rewind time. When I left, the rain had stopped completely. The air smelled of wet earth and regret. I drove for hours without knowing where I was going. Eventually, I ended up at a cheap motel off the highway, the kind with flickering neon lights and peeling paint. I sat on the edge of the bed, staring at the ring on my finger. It had once meant forever. Now it just felt like a lie I'd been living too long. The days that followed were a blur. I called. He texted. She sent letters, pages filled with apologies and promises that felt too late. Her words were drenched in remorse. "I'll do anything to fix this." But some things can't be fixed. You can mend broken glass, but it'll never be clear again. Weeks later, I came back to the house to collect the rest of my things. It looked smaller somehow, emptier. The flowers I'd dropped that night had dried into brittle stems on the porch. She was there waiting. Her eyes hollow, her face pale. "I'm sorry," she said again. He nodded. "I know. Do you hate me?" she whispered. Thought about it. Really thought about it. Hate was easy. Hate was clean. But what I felt was heavier, something that lived in the space between love and loss. "I don't hate you," I said finally. "But I can't love you the same way again." Tears filled her eyes. "Then what happens now?" "I don't know," I said. "Maybe we learn to live with what we broke." That night, as I drove away for the last time, I looked at the house through the rearview mirror. The windows glowed softly in the dark, a ghost of what once was. I thought of the life we built together. The laughter, the arguments, the quiet mornings. All of it real, all of it gone. Sometimes betrayal doesn't come with screaming or slamming doors. Sometimes it comes with silence. Two people standing in the ruins of what they once promised never to destroy. And maybe, in some other version of us, we found our way back. But not in this one. Because love, when shattered, doesn't echo. It just fades.